CJ's reporting the Auston Matthews meeting has not happened. He goes on to say, whatever is said in that meeting is kind of pointless because Auston Matthews is in a wait and see mode, not a wait and hear mode. And CJ was adamant about that. So again, I can't say this enough. There is no wait and see with the Leafs with this roster. There's not going to be much happening with this roster. They can't do it. Someone has to walk me through the scenario where John Chayka and Sundin make 4 significant moves in the next 2 months. Aside from the first overall pick. Like, you can't do it with this team. Either they have no movements, no trades, or the other teams are no interested. The other teams also have no interests that they can play at any time too. Everyone's racing to get John Tavares. Can he be the captain of Team Canada at the Worlds? Give me a break. I keep calling Matthew Sunday.
I know.
I have to stop doing
that.
I
wish he was.
Auston Matthews is creating a scenario that is not tenable, that cannot succeed. There cannot be an end game to it, and he knows that. I want to see the team improved. Good luck.
For him or for the future?
For him.
I
know. Like he gives a damn about the
That's
Leafs'
what I
future.
mean, though. They should be looking at it. They have to look at it differently.
And I have to be honest with you. If I hear that from a captain,
yeah,
I'm really worried.
Yeah. To your point, though, what are you doing? Because he's just going to keep kicking it down. You can't make moves to make this guy happy. You got to try and find a way to suss out what he really wants.
Like, I do find it funny that people are like, well, what's he going to decide? Guys, he's already decided. That's the thing that's obviously been decided. If your agent or whoever is going to leak to the media, I want to see how the offseason goes. That is just red flag, man. But that is over. It is done. That's not worth talking about. I'm surprised they're going to wait a couple of weeks to talk to him. Okay. That's what CJ brought up this morning. That I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. There's no rush now to talk to Matthews. Really?
They're going to put together a PowerPoint president on why maybe he should waive it.
John Chayka is that busy, eh? He's that busy.
But here's why I'm saying you need to do this now. Because let me ask you in the chat this. Can they become Stanley Cup contenders in 1 year? Probably not.
No, absolutely.
How about in 2 years before his contract's up?
This team's so bad, you're not going to be competitive again for 5 years.
Well, that's what I mean. So unless he's I don't understand what kind of plan you're giving this guy to come up with a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year plan.
But like I said, it's code. Yeah. It's code for get me the hell out of here. And if a Leaf fan wants to fight and scream into the night against that notion, I can't convince you otherwise. But believe it or not, there are some people on your team that don't like your team. I know it's an awful truth that there are people on your team that you love. That jersey you bought that wasn't cheap at mapleleafs.com or Real Sports or Sport Check or whatever. I know that's a tough pill to swallow. You might be here. You might be here. And it's not your fault. It's the organization for continuously trading assets and not finding some grit. And for teammates of his not jumping in when it was obviously a time to jump in and defend his captain. There's a lot of things swirling. But the notion that the captain of your hockey team might not like your team the way you do is something you need to figure out. Because any of you who get clobbered and sideswiped by another player leaving, and you're going to sit there and go, I didn't see it coming. Guys. That report from CJ in Canadian hockey circles is as loud as you get. It's as loud as you get. It is overt and it's clear in its intention. When do I go to California? When do I go to New York? Like I'm not going to sit here and overtly fight anyone who disagrees because the Twitter mob is out. You were wrong about Marner. You might be wrong about this. Let's not keep making the dumb play. It's time to get realistic in this town. Time to get realistic. Because it's not like Auston Matthews has delivered completely for you either. So the Leafs and fan base participants have cause to also maybe look at what's next. I'm not saying McKenna's next, Stenberg. I'm not saying that. But I do not understand the guys, he'd never leave from a player who signed a 4-year contract and could have signed an 8-year deal. Math doesn't add up, guys. Just brace for it. I'm not saying it's a done deal. I feel like it's a done deal. We'll find out. But this online pushback on it is childish. It's childish. Got to get a bit smarter than that. Because then, then you won't. It's okay. It's okay to love again after you've been hurt, but you do have to pick up some clues along the way and learn some things. And I find Leaf fans have learned nothing for the most part. It's okay to love and lose, but just be a little wiser as you go about it. We'll see. Again, Azzo, I thought the Berube Auston Matthews meetings would be back to back.
Yeah, I think we all did. But
can you read into that at all that it isn't the case?
This is the only thing I can put together why they're waiting on Matthews. They literally have been on the job for a week and a day, right? If they want to present this guy,
they talked to Berube.
No, but Berube is okay because Berube, you're not convincing of anything, right? And I say convincing, which sounds ridiculous.
No, but it is a fact. You're right. From Berube's perspective, if you're Chayka and Sundin, it's fact finding.
Yeah. Right.
For sure.
Right.
Now,
so for Auston, if you're presenting a plan where you think you can turn this around and win in the near future, you're going to need at least a week to come up with some.
But I still think you can get some facts out of Auston too.
Yeah, I know, but
that's my point.
But it's going to be a two-way cost.
So Auston has no intel that you would need?
But you got to go there prepared. You got to do more deep due diligence before you go talk to Matthews.
I thought
if he really wants a plan presented to him, then you have to take your time with it.
I thought Auston would be the first person you talk to. Yeah. After that CJ report in The Athletic, I'm like, divert the plane south. Berube can wait. Berube's not heading to Como anytime soon. He'll wait. Talk to Auston first, then you come up. Because the whole thing is centered around 34. Your whole next phase.
Yeah, but maybe you're trying to convince him one way or another.
No, it's not about convincing. I just want to talk to see. I want to make this clear. When I say you should really talk to Auston first, I'm not talking about convincing. Where's he at?
Yeah, but I don't get that. What do you mean? Where's he at?
He
wants to win, and you can't win here.
If you're talking, but that's the thing. He's not. If he's being cagey about it, that's the red flag.
Yeah,
if he's not giving you all the info, but you don't know that till you talk to him. Is my point. So you're going to guess that's the point? No, you don't. You haven't talked to him.
So what do you think? What do you think he's going to say?
You've been on the job 2 weeks. You haven't talked to Auston Matthews unless via text.
So what's the line of questioning? Where are we?
No,
going?
I'm not doing this line of questioning thing because that's not going to work. You talk to him about what he thought of the year.
Oh yeah.
You talk to him about everyone's locked into the wrong idea.
No, you're right.
I think you can pick up every clue from Auston Matthews you need because he's cagey, but I don't think he's not MIT.
Yeah.
So you can have a conversation with Auston and pick up all the signs you need. Matt Sundin's been in a lot of locker rooms. Uh-huh. He can tell you what the guy's thinking.
I think Auston can. Maths can already tell you what Auston's thinking after the Gudas thing. That's why. Do you really have to?
And that's part of the reason why Sundin is there. So just talk to him first, because if you get any icky feelings at all from him, family, the family dog, I don't care who it's from, you have to take that seriously. If you let another star walk in this city, you are dead. You are dead as an organization. I don't care if you draft 5 McKennas. You're dead.
But then at that point, then why even wait the extra year?
Again, those are conclusions you reach. Back to my point, and you're making it for me.
Yeah.
These are conclusions you reach by talking to him. And then you decide how you feel about it as an organization. I'm not saying you go down there and say, pretty please, Auston Matthews. Auston, what do you think of the year? What do you think? Berube, honestly. Your numbers with him are glaring. What do you think of him as a coach?
Yeah.
You don't ask him,
need those answers.
Please stay. No. Would you resign? He's not going to tell you any of that. You get a feeling on the captain of your hockey team. Captain.
Agreed.
Just last year. And quite frankly, how it ended against Florida.
But do you ask what's the difference from 2 years ago and this year when you won the Atlantic?
You ask all the questions.
After?
You ask all the questions.
But isn't the biggest question, Auston, we're not winning a cup here in the next 2 years. So what's your plan after that?
That's an irrelevant question.
What do you mean?
If you get a feeling that he's not happy, if he's not happy with this, odds are nothing you can do in the next 6 months
Right.
to 2 years is going to make him happy. So then you, in that meeting, are given the clear clues. It's time to move on.
And then what?
Then you move on. What do you mean? Then what? Then you move
But
on
you
from your
need
captain.
him to help you move on.
Well, that's a conversation with Judd.
Yeah.
That's not the Auston conversation. Players don't have those conversations.
I just think if you say
agents have those conversations.
you're up for 2 more years like this past year, probably.
My issue when you and I talk about this, here's where you and I disagree. You have a bull in a shop mentality of running at Auston and being very accusatory.
No.
That's not going to work for you.
What do you mean accusatory?
Like, what are you going to do? What do you answer this?
I'm not saying what are you going to do.
Yes.
I'm saying us as a team, we can't win whether we have you or not.
You're not going to get a feeling from him at all if you go in there and it's remotely adversarial. Now, I know why some fans would want that to be adversarial.
But I'm not attacking him over it.
Yeah,
I think the rest of the roster is not good enough to win.
Okay, well then have that conversation then.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're saying, are you going to sign in 2 years? What the hell is he going to tell you? Of course he's not going to tell you he's going to sign in 2 years. You have to go basic in the past year to 18 months about what's gone on in the city and the organization. How do you feel? Got to talk about the Olympics. Auston, when you came back from the Olympics, how did that feel? Was that weird? Was that not weird?
To play with these guys, we're all locked in.
It all matters. Talk about the roster. Yeah. But like, if you're asking him, are you going to sign? Do you want to trade? He's not going to answer those questions.
But you're also saying you can't let him walk in 2 years. So you have to have that conversation.
But he's not going to give you my point is he's not going to give you an answer on that. So here's the job of Chayka and Sundin. You wanted the job? You got the job. Here's your job. Figure it out. Yeah. Because he's not going to tell you that. Mitch Marner didn't tell you that. You think he's going to tell you that? So you have to figure that out because you are a big boy organization, allegedly, and that's what big boy organizations do. Well, is Austin's headspace good? Because if it's not, move on. Like, you just can't square him up.
But you need him to help you move on.
It's not some 60 minutes interview on CBS.
He's not Matthew Knies. You can't just trade. You need him to help you move on.
That's a Judd Moldaver question. That's not an Auston Matthews question. The Auston Matthews question is, how do you feel about the last 18 months? That's what it is.
But again, what do you think can change? Like, nothing. It's so hard to change anything.
That's the feeling you need to pick up. Now, Auston, on top of that, he's opened the door to future questions. So maybe you can ask him some of that. Let me step back a bit. Maybe you can ask him some of that because CJ's reporting was he needs to see change in between now and July.
Because he wants to win, is what I assume.
No, because he's setting it up to leave because he knows they can't improve the roster.
So your answer is right there.
Like I've been saying the whole time. Your answer is your answer is right there the whole time.
So why not pitch it to him?
So solidify it with him. Go down and talk to him.
That's all I'm saying.
And Sundin and Chayka, when they leave that meeting, if either of them, and Sundin, it sounds like his opinion is the most important. If Sundin gets the feeling, which is interesting because Sundin wouldn't waive his no trade once upon a time either. If Sundin gets the feeling he's out, it's over. Matthews can deny this to the moon and back. If Sundin gets the feeling after the meeting he's done, you have to trade him. And you have to trade him now. And you're not going to get full value because that's the bed you made for yourself. Yeah. But going in there and saying, what are you going to do?
No, I'm not. Well,
there's no chance he's going to.
Not what I'm saying. I'm just saying this roster is hardly changing. If you want to win, we're not winning in the next 2 years. If your goal is a Stanley Cup, Auston, I don't see that happening in the next 2 years. I'm going to be straight up with you.
See, where you and I think, are out of the loop on is there are people inside MLSE who have talked themselves into they can contend. And if that's the case, watch this.
But then they're going to make moves that are really going to screw.
We live in a province. I don't want to drag the Sens into this, and Sens fans aren't going to like it. We live in a province with two teams who want to put their head in the sand on both these issues with their stars.
Yeah.
Watch this. Auston Matthews and Quinn Hughes and Brady Tkachuk all up contractually at the same time. And Connor McDavid. Yeah. Watch this. You think this is an accident if that's the case? They're all up at the same time. And none of them have overtly said they want to leave except for Quinn Hughes. Like, it's a crazy moment we're in. And organizations who are proactive are going to get something back out of it. It's going to hurt. I credit Vancouver. Honestly, I think Jim Rutherford's a clown for how he's operated that franchise. But at some point, you got to be real about it. Is Ottawa going to be real about it like that? No chance. Are the Leafs going to be real about that? I think there's a little chance, considering the Marner thing just happened to them, but I'm not convinced. Are the Oilers going to be real about it? I don't know. Someone is going to get burned here again. Maybe multiple teams are going to get burned again.
Yeah.
The question is, are you going to allow that to happen to you? And I wonder if the Leafs are serious enough. Listen, I'm throwing you what I would do because Marner just happened. How you sit there and let it happen again is inexcusable.
I agree.
But that Leaf organization is strange. They have no patience. They have no will to do the tough thing. Look at the core of the last 10 years. And I wonder if they have the stones to do the tough thing. Because personally, I think Matthews made up his mind a long time ago.
Yeah, I agree with you.
When he was on that ice, looking up at the lighting after Gutkes took him doan, I think he's like, this is nuts.
And Sundin has to see that too, without a doubt. And you're coming back with the exact same guys. Like, to me, the Leafs can't turn. You might have to take a step back before you can take a step forward, just to get out of some of these contracts you have, to not bring back some of these guys.
You are 100% correct.
And that's what I mean.
And he knows it.
No, so what do you mean you want to see the moves? You're going to make more panic moves. You're going to bring more veterans.
It's not about seeing the moves, because you and I both acknowledge he knows it.
Obviously.
It's a PR public stance that they cannot reach, and then he's just going to tell people, well, they couldn't do what I wanted, guys. I'm sorry.
After they do it and they tie themselves in even more.
No, but will they do it? Are you going to be as dumb as Vancouver?
So
are you really going to? Oh, so let's just do what? Do the thing I've been saying the whole time and trade them? Yes, you trade them.
But you need them, so that's why you go there and say
you need them for what? To finish fifth in
to give
the
you
standings?
6 teams so you can trade them, where it's not just
I'll
one.
take 2, considering the Leafs have no leverage.
Wow.
I'll take 2, considering the Leafs have 0 leverage in the situation.
To me, at the very earliest, it's 2 years when the cap goes up significantly. That Toronto, these resources that Chayka's talking about throwing around, that's when it's going to come into play.
The cap's going up $9 million this year.
I know, but then another after that, like it's going to be like 120 in 2 years. But I'm saying it's going to take more than 1 year to get, like, for this team to really flex its resources.
Rayner in the chat, MLSC has no stones to throw. Yep, I don't disagree with that at all.
Let me tell you one thing for you.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
We need buttons.
Yes, we do.
We need to talk to our boy Mark,
and
we need some buttons.
But
that's the first button going on.
I just hate all this kicking the can down the road and waiting, and like, what moves are you? You can't make moves for this guy. We've gone over it 100 times.
I'm just still stunned. The meeting might not happen for like another week.
So they're going there to present him with something, with a plan.
I don't know what, dude. I have no idea what their holdup is. That's the thing. Maybe they don't know what to say to him. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Or
maybe they're going to say who's interested in him and maybe present him some teams, see if he'll wave.
But let me listen. I
don't know.
I do love the notion that John Chayka, who politicked for this gig behind the scenes for months, is faced with his biggest challenge off the front, which is Auston Matthews. If he fumbles the ball on this, however you define that, to me, not meeting Matthews for another 3 weeks is a weird look. That's a weird look at the minimum. I don't care how that meeting goes. To not go down there is quite something. Now, maybe I'm not thinking about it properly. Maybe the Leafs are thinking, well, we're not running down there. He signed for 2 more years. He's our captain. Well, this isn't free agency.
Berube's really our guy.
Berube's our guy. We just talked to Berube.
Yeah, that's why we went and saw him first.
Like, maybe that's how they're playing it. I don't know. Part of me doesn't hate that. He is their captain. He is signed for 2 years. No, we expect Auston Matthews at training camp in September. It's going to be a short training camp. It's now an 84-game season. Yeah. It's going to be like a 2-week camp, tops. But maybe they're slow playing it. I don't know. We'll see. You watched the whole video. You're the best. A reminder, the Sid Seixeiro Show is live, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday to Friday, right here on YouTube. Click like, hit subscribe if you want to support the show. If you've already done that, you're our friend.